One, two, three. That can hear me at the moment. Cause I cannot hear me at the moment. But I think I should be soon. But let's wait for a little bit. Hopefully, I'm not just talking to myself here. That would be awkward. If I am, however, hi Brian, I am amazing. We can hear me. Hello, everyone. Welcome to ARC, the realistic tier tonight, with your commentator, as always, Brian. Me, the one and only Royal Brian. Who would have thought? This is meant to be my final time on comms tonight for this season. But fortunately, I caught up a little bit more with school than expected. So I'm back early from the break. So, before we head into quali, let's quickly give you a drivers list rundown, which will be right here. There we go. Jon Snow and Vettel once again in the Ferrari. We have Reaper and Top Gotcha in Red Bull. Ken and Hoff in Mercedes. Andrews and Serra in Alfa Romeo. Runner and Whoopi are in McLaren. We have Steve in the Alpine. We have in the AlphaTauri Gaza and Super Mario. We have Ghost Rider in the Haas. Aston Martin will be empty. And in the Williams we will have and Aaron, and we will have, if all goes right, a newcomer, Courtesy Ayer. Hopefully I'm saying it right. If I'm not, I apologize. But she should be any time soon joining the lobby. So I think that's also... No, we're waiting on a few more drivers. So, in the meantime, Manchester United versus Barcelona has just started as well. So, if you want updates, let me know and I'll bring them to you. Because I do have that on my second screen. Let's have a quick look at the chat. Hi, McQueen, Mr. Steve, welcome. Good evening. Also, good evening to everyone else watching, by the way. Hopefully, you are all well. First day of Formula 1 testing today. Hopefully you all watched. If you need a stream for that, message me and I'll provide you, because some of us aren't, able to get behind the paywall of Formula 1. But I have some websites for you to get you in. Now, let's see. Let's get the testing results in front of me, shall we? Because then we have a nice little talking point to discuss. There we go. So far, most laps completed by Red Bull, which is not surprising, as... Ooh, almost a goal. Mercedes not too far behind, 152. Williams actually close behind there as well. Then Alfa Romeo and Ferrari, Alfa Tauri, Alpine, Haas, Aston Martin, who had a big issue in the morning. They've only completed 100 laps. And McLaren, who had a big issue in the evening, I think, with Lando, only completed 92. So it's not looking good for them. fastest lap, I think, as well, was by the Red Bull. Although I did see a timetable link for the Aston Martin qualifying last season. The quali time for Aston last season around Bahrain was a 1:33 flat, and Alonso's time was a 1:32.8, and Alonso's time was on mediums. So already in testing, Aston have massively improved. So don't be surprised if Aston actually are in front or at the front. I wouldn't be surprised. I consider them an underdog. So let's see. Are we getting the go signal? We've already gotten the go signal and no one's going. Oh, wait. That's because Briefing Cow was in this lobby. So apparently, but he's out now. And we do have Courtier. That's a difficult name for me to pronounce. I'm gonna have a lot of trouble with that. But yeah, she's in. And everyone can now ready up, please, because we're good to go. And we're finally heading into the lobby. Canada tonight. My personal best track, I think, on this game. Very nice, but it will be penalty heaven. So I want to call a special award into life for tonight, which is the penultimate award. No, very original. It's for the driver with the most penalties, which isn't the award you should be competing for, but if you want to, then go for it. But yeah, driver with the most pens gets a kiss from Hilly. So that's definitely something to work for. And we're in. Of course, no one go out onto the track yet until Ghost Rider, who is once again our championship leader. No one go out on track till he does retire, please. And while we wait for him to do so, he already has. So everyone can go out now. But let's have a quick look at the realistic tier driver standings while everyone is getting their setups. We have Ghost Rider in the lead by 6 points. Actually, no, not by 6 points. What am I on about? Gaza is in P2 and they're both equal on points. But Ghost Rider ahead due to more wins. Then we have McQueen close behind following with 12 points. And they're the only one really within a race distance of a championship lead. Runner is not trailing too far behind as well, who's had a pretty decent season so far. And Andrews is, I think, still in it as well, although he'll have a lot of work to do. The rest of them are all mathematically out of the championship. So sorry for everyone behind, but it's the unfortunate truth. Because there are only 94 points available plus CRP. So that would mean actually Puffy, you are still in as well. But the rest of them, you are all out of the championship. As we have our first cars heading onto the track as well. Let's quickly put the track map on. And we already have a Ferrari almost about to start his lap. And it would be Mr. Snow. So let's be on board with Mr. Snow for his lap. Very nice turn 1 and 2. Don't get on the throttle too much on exit because you will spin. Now very easy corner to invalidate here. This right hander very tricky on the exit as well. Don't want to cut it too much, but you can definitely take it very fast. 99 through the first sector. Ride the curb again. And don't wiggle too much on exit. Bit of traffic in the way for Jon Snow, but gets out of the way nicely. Don't brake too late here, because you will absolutely bounce over that curb. Makes it pretty clean, Jon Snow. Exit of sector 2 right now. And he sets a 42.5 clean through the hairpin. Gets the tight line. And on exit, accelerate as quick as you can to that 8th gear. And brake around the 100 meter board down to 5th gear and go quickly over this chicane. Can really cut the first one, but Jon Snow did it just a little bit too much. And that means his lap will be invalidated. However, behind we have Runner who just started his lap on the softs as well. And provisional pole position will go to someone, I'd hope. But I think most of the guys have invalidated. Good evening, Sarah. Good to see you. Runner with a 20.7 through the middle sector in the McLaren. So he will be around 8 tenths slower through that sector alone than the Ferrari. And there is our first driver to set a lap. Top Gotcha kicks us off with a 13.3. Andrews beats that time in the Alfa Romeo with a 13.2, puts himself into P1. Runner with a 13.5. Let's go to Mr. Mario, who has invalidated. So let's be on Hof. Just started his lap. What will Hof do as Aaron goes into provisional pole with a 13 flat, and Reaper immediately bins that. I said bin that because Hof just put it in the wall, but Reaper immediately beats it with a 12.2. Now Hof, he is my underdog winner for tonight. If he can keep it clean, he can definitely make some good moves and get his way up to the front and definitely challenge for at least the podium with a good strategy. Coming around the final corner, bit too wide. Could have cut that a little bit more, but still a clean way through nonetheless. He will put in a 13.7 that puts him in P7 as we have Vettel, my little friend, in P1. Good to see as always. Sera is on a lap. It has a purple middle sector, so I wonder how long it will take for Vettel to lose that provisional pole position. Sera very clean to the final corners with a lovely toe on main straight as well, and across the line on mediums. Sera will go P2, and that's an amazing time for mediums. Wow. Oh, we have a Williams round there as well. That's Aaron. He's now facing the right way. Let's go on board with the newbie then, shall we? Courtier. Hello, Reaper. Good to see you. Purple through the middle sector for Courtier, but locks up, I think, a little bit, or misses the braking zone, and that's lap over. Or at least that won't be a competitive lap time. And if she finishes the lap, that will be at least around 2 seconds of an improvement. Right there on that corner alone. Coming towards the line, she puts in a 17 flat. But that's a lap that can definitely be improved on. Now let's go to Gaza, who's just coming out of the pit lane. Jon Snow has invalidated his lap again, and then has done a Magnussen. Put it into the wall, and yeah, that's this lap ruined, next lap ruined. And confidence has taken a big knock as well. Let's go to Whoopi then. Mr. Whoopi Cushion is about to start his lap up. As Barcelona have just gotten a penalty against Man United. Unbelievable. Sloppy defending from Bruno Fernandes. Anyway, Whoopi started his lap. Hopefully that Williams or Renault there, Renault isn't me, it's an Alpine, gets out of the way, which he did. And see, that's how you're supposed to take that corner. Well, not on the exit, but definitely a great first sector for Whoopi. 99 through there. And now Whoopi chasing that provisional pole position on the softs. Though I have a feeling that Sera will have a quick lap coming soon as well. Whoopi purple through the middle sector as well. Number 7 on the McLaren is coming onto the penultimate straight and into the final corners. And that looked very late, but the camera was lying to me. Very close to the wall of champions. And across the line will go fastest with a 1:11.8. Almost a tenth quicker than Vettel, but he is on an invalidated lap, so he won't improve his time. Reaper goes fastest out of nowhere with a 1:11.7. Andrews is also improving through the final corners and towards the main straight. He goes wow, with a 13.000. That's a perfect time. Don't do any more laps, mate. That's the perfect time. Wow. Anyway, let's go to John, Mr. Johnny Snow. Whereas Vettel has also had a spin out of turn 3. And Man United are losing 1-0. Lewandowski scored the penalty. Now, what can Mr. Johnny Snow do for you? We're about to find out, as once again we are on with him for his lap. No pressure. That's 3/10 quicker than Whoopi was. But this already puts him on for a 1:11.5. Runner and Mario are actually retired. I don't know if that's on track or in the pit lane. I didn't see. I completely didn't notice. 42 flat. That's around 5/10 quicker than Whoopi. That puts him on for 1:11.3, but just don't mess up the final corner and you'll be basically on pole. Although we do also have Sera. Oh, nails it. And someone has binned it in the wall. 1:10.7. Jon Snow goes a second quicker than the whole rest of the field. I don't think anyone will match that. Jon Snow with an amazing lap time. Can is trying to do the same, but he will only be putting in a 19.4. Courtsier also put a better lap time in than his 18-second lap time. She has now improved to a 1:12.4 that put her in P8, as we have a spinner there as well. That's Erin. Oh, and another spinner here. There goes Can. Hilly, you're in the wrong stream, mate. Unless, of course, you are actually in here. Maybe you are Mario. Maybe you are Runner. Who knows? But I think you're in the wrong one, mate. You're not in the wrong one. What? What? Oh, you're just checking in here? Ah, yes. Makes sense now. Well, sucks that you binned it. Don't do me in the race. Can you keep me updated on Man U, please? Yes, of course I can. Man U still losing, 20th minute now, but they are on the attack. Weghorst actually... Bruno on the ball with a shot, but... Nope. Pretty poor shot. A great attack. Man U has actually been kinda... all over Barca, but Barca has just been... has had 2 counter-attacks and been up there. Vettel has also put in a time. Both Ferraris on top. 1:11 flat. Great time. Sera has retired. And that's on track. No, Sera has made a fatal mistake. There he is, yep. Ooh, don't want to be running over that debris, that would give you a puncture. Whoopi has invalidated his lap. Oh, so you are Hilly. But you joined because you're... Yes. Yeah, makes sense. Good luck with that. I wouldn't be doing a 100% race. Especially in the wets. Around bloody Imola. But good luck. Hope you win. Win for me. Also, I don't know if you know, but I've put an award in for the driver with the most pens, and they get awarded with a kiss from you, so you'll be forced to do that, unfortunately. Sorry for not discussing it with you, but you'll have to. Let's go to Can. Can had another spin, I think. Yep, because he's losing another bit of front wing, and has also invalidated his lap, so it will be P15 for Can. Paul is looking to be for John. Reaper has invalidated his time. Whoopi is still going in front of Reaper, I think. Gaza is down on his time. McQueen is improving. Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve is almost 3/10 up. And this will put him ahead of Serra. Maybe even ahead of Gaza with a little bit of luck. Although Gaza is also coming across the line. And Gaza will put in a time of 1:11.5. Puts him into P3. Back to Steve. Steve invalidates his time. And that's lap over. P7 at max. For Mr. McQueen, Courtesy Iyer is 4/10 up through Sector 1. And that's a great improvement. That will put her all the way up to P6 as well. If she finishes the lap, big tap into the wall, big wobble from the rear. And still up by a 10th. That will put her in ahead of Steve. Aaron, 5 grace penalty for blocking. 5 places. Gutierrez across the line, goes into P6, jumps Serra, who put in his time in on the mediums. With P7 in that car is still pretty decent, and that's everyone. Pole position goes to the man in the Ferrari, who will be cutting the most corners in the race, by Hilly and Sarah say, because he did so in TTM as well. But it's Jon Snow who takes pole. Vettel in P2, Whoopi in P3, Gaza has conquered P4. Reaper is the one who rounds off the top 5. And then we have the rest of the grid. Courtier in P6. Serra in P7 on mediums. So, Hilly, I won't take any crap from you. Serra did an amazing time. Steve, P8. Hoff, P9. Aaron, P10, but will be starting P15. Andrews, P11. Top Gotcha, P12. Runner, P13. Mario, P14. Ken, P15. And Ghost Rider, of course, our unlucky lucky championship leader, in P16. We will be having a quick 5-minute break for the ones who don't know yet. In the meantime, I'll just give you some updates on Manchester United. Per request of Whoopi, who are in the 27th minute. And still losing. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. I see clouds in the sky, but it should be good. I don't think there will be any rain, but if there is, then please let me know. Also, Haley, I would request from you to please be nice to my lover. Otherwise, no more Haribos for you. Right, let's look at the tire strategies before we get too far along in this. Mediums, hards, mediums, hards, medium, 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 medium. Ah, whoopee, changed to soft. Ruined my rundown. But that's the tire strategies for now. Did I just see a drop of rain? Must be me, but I think I saw a drop of rain. That would also explain why Whoopi is starting on softs. It's dry all the way. Well, it was me then. Let's see. Anything interesting happening in the paddock? Any AI moving a bit weird? A bit sus, maybe. We can see the Ferrari pitbull on the bottom right, but they'll be completely useless. So they might as well just pack up already, because the strategies are always shit. Let's see. No one really interesting here. I am surprised that no one is in any of the garages. You'd think that maybe someone would be checking the cars and the tires, or at least be sitting there preparing for the. Oh wait, why are all the the pit crew members just T-posing in the pit lane? What's going on there? Right, so there's 3 Red Bull guys. There's 3 guys for each team who are doing the best T-pose in the middle of their pit box. And this I'm not seeing because my glasses are fogged up. These are actually what I'm seeing. Ah, really. No, not the cars. The team members, the pit crew. Can you not see this? Like, look at the Red Bull pit box. Like, where they do the pit stops. There are guys there. Am I hallucinating or something? Or is this actually happening? You've made me doubt this now. Well, I hope you bin it, mate. Nah, I'm joking. Good luck. Goodbye, Hilly. Ah, you can see them. That's good. Fortunately, I am not high on stuff. Love you too, Hilly. Just for Whoopi, although you might also be watching yourself at the moment, but still 1-0 to Barça. So get the final update on the championship standing, not the race grid before we go. Oh, thank you. I'll try and give you an update every 5 minutes or so. You've made me feel happy. Um, yeah. Most of the guys basically on mediums. Only Reaper and Vettel trying the alternative strategy. And I don't know if it's just me, but this is taking a little bit long for us to go. Discord is also playing up on my fellow screen. Yeah, we're not going yet. Although, unless it's in the paddock chat. Nope, that's just Hilly. Right. Back to the chat. Where we don't see a Wild Reaper typing. 10 viewers, by the way, that's nice. Hello all. Oh! Almost a worldie from Fred. But he missed the goal. Only just, but... Let's quickly restart the microphone. I'll be right back and then hopefully we'll be good. Actually, a nice little break just to watch Barca Man United for a little bit. So I don't mind this longer break than usual. Or at least I think it's longer than usual, but you never know. I could be, by his words, in another delusion. When we going, I don't know. I'll check the admin chat to see if anything's going on. Nope, nothing really going on there. Ah, there we go. We're going. Twenty, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and onto the grid. Lap data. We don't need lap data, do we? Telemetry. We do want that. Gap. We want none at the moment. We only want position change, and that is all we will need. Strategy, medium hard, or hard medium, medium hard, medium hard, medium hard. It's all pretty much the same. No one really on a different strategy at the moment. So let's just keep it going. In about a minute, we'll be all lined up again and ready to go. Jon Snow putting massively ahead of everyone else. But I think it's just to warm up his tires a bit more. So I think they're also good once you line up to the grid. He goes very quickly. His teammate really backing the rest of the pack up. Jon is lined up. McQueen and Hof had a collision. And Top Gotcha and Runner as well. They'll be punished with the cold tires. Now, lineup of the car will be important here. You want to be aiming a little bit to the right if you're at the front few rows to get that better start, like Whoopi does here. Like Gaza hasn't really. Reaper has messed it up. Kurt Siar is good. Sira is good. The rest of them have all messed up. So let's be ready for the start of the Grand Prix. For 5 red lights. And away we go for the ARC Canadian Grand Prix. And it's a good start from Whoopi there, who jumps into P1 already. Bad start from both the Ferraris. We have the the Alpha Tauri right there as well. Damn. Names are hard. Bad start from Reaper as well, who's down 4 places. We have McQueen, who has had no gain, no loss. Hof and Sarah both passed him. Kutsi Ira is up into P5. Jon Snow down to P4 from pole position. And we have yellow flags. Oh, Aaron has lost his front wing. But that's it. It's only Aaron, and there's already green again. As Whoopi had a big wobble, and now Vettel might have a little look down the inside. Gains massively on the straight. Or not on the straight, in the braking zone. Gaza is close behind as well, and he's running lower wings because Vettel is using a lot of his ERS and Gaza is not losing. Gaza with a bit of a weave. Big wobble from Whoopi. Maybe Gaza wasn't too happy with Vettel. Whoopi with the fastest lap and Vettel with a dive. Cuts the corner to do so, so probably fair to not take that position. Aaron into the pit lane, and now Gaza is side by side with Vettel, though Vettel gets better acceleration and is now back up in P2. And now Jon Snow is behind as well, followed closely by Kurt Sier. And a nice little battle for P5. Let's quickly put the gap back on, and it's basically the top 6 all within a second and a half. And then we have a small gap to Hof, which is just basically outside of DRS, but still possible to get in there. And McQueen is just outside of the DRS of Hof as well, as we have a yellow flag for Aaron in the Williams. And Reaper is leading the second pack of today. Vettel really all over Whoopi, but is also using a lot of his ERS when he shouldn't do that just yet. Serra already with a time penalty, leading the time penalty championship at the moment. Vettel with the fastest lap with a big send. And spins round, and that's Vettel gone. very wild move there, drops him all the way down to P8. And now we have a battle. Oh, Vettel has spun again. Ooh, he is in the middle of the road. And that's how quick F1 can go, from a move to the lead to virtually last in the span of 30 seconds. Jon Snow close to Gaza. But we will now get a little DRS train. And the move will probably have to come from Gaza. Top 5 all within the DRS. John basically pushing Gaza through the corner. Hasn't actually used any of his ERS, whereas Gaza is using a lot. Gaza goes round the outside into the final corner, overshoots it massively, and now Whoopi can maybe come back. Jon Snow also with a penalty, Vettel also with a penalty. Whoopi without DRS tries to come back, has a wing down the inside and a look, but can't make the pass just yet. All over Gaza's back now at the moment. But it's Gaza who is in P1. And now Jon Snow has a massive advantage because he has about 70% more ERS than Gaza and Whoopi. And Courtesy also has about 20% more than the guys ahead. Sira about 50. Now will Whoopi make a move or will John make a double? He certainly has a look behind him. As we now head onto the long DRS straight, John is using a little bit. DRS open now. And does that Ferrari have the overspeed? No. Whoopi going for a little look down the inside though, showing he's there. Making Gaza maybe tremble a little bit under the pressure. Just... Ooh, big late move from John. Inside turns to the outside. And around the outside he goes, but cannot make that move stick just yet. Better exit from John, though it's very close, very tight. But he is down the inside, brakes a little bit harder though. Still on the inside, Courtesy closing up massively through the braking zone. And a big battle between John and Whoopi, which will be massively helping Gaza. And he'll be hoping that they battle just a little bit more. Sierra might have a dive here, but he won't. Off 3 seconds behind this battle as well. So at the moment he'll be ahead of Sierra virtually. Not pushing. Jon Snow definitely pushing for that move. Has to go round the outside. Is ahead during the braking zone and Jon Snow is up into P2. Whoopi gets a better exit though. No ERS left and that's Jon Snow passed into P2. And he can now fully chase Gaza who is on 14% ERS. Hoff and McQueen having a battle, and Hoff has managed to keep ahead for so far. As we head into halftime for the Manchester United game, Man United still 1-0 down. Whoopi. So there you go. Oh, Hoff round, and he's in the wall. Hopefully no damage. Doesn't look to be any shivers coming off that car. Vettel has already caught up, back up to Ken. And Hoff can go now. No, still guys coming there. Oh god. Very close call. And Hoff has lost a lot of time. Back to the battle for the lead as here comes Jon Snow. Jon Snow down the inside. Jon Snow with a better line. Jon Snow with a better braking. And Jon Snow is through into P1. And might even see Whoopi with a move. Jon Snow fastest lap as well. Whoopi doesn't have the ERS to push past Gaza. And Jon Snow cannot put away. You might also see Vettel with a move. Yep, there we go. Vettel doing the exact same as his teammate. And is passed Khan into P13 on his redemption drive. Gaza already lost DRS. And now Whoopi will have a big save. But he doesn't save his ERS for the big straight. Ghost Rider Championship leader, he has made his way up into P9 already as well. But at the moment it will be Gaza who takes over that championship lead by quite a big margin of around 10 points. I think it will be 8 points actually. Yes, it will be 8 points at the moment. Of course, CRP Clean Racing points will also have an effect in this. And Jon Snow with another fastest lap. He's already pulled a gap to 1.6 seconds as we have Kurtzier making a move down the inside. A bit of wheel banging going on. And Whoopi defense for now. But Kurtzier is still there. Now switches to the inside. All over the back of Whoopi. But didn't manage to make the move stick and still has to settle for P4 at the moment. And now maybe Sarah will have a look down the inside because he has way more ERS. But he's just cruising at the moment and he doesn't have to push. He can just chill and get his way back. Oh, as Jon's had a spin. Jon's round. Front wing gone. Lead gone. And that will be him. Oh, cars coming. You can go after these ones. Out. Oh god, there's a guy there as well. I always find it so scary. Oh my god. Yes, okay, we're good. Down 10 places. Ooh, someone else went to do it looked like that. We're all slowing. Oh, because there's a safety car for Jon Snow's damage. Gaza in, Whoopi in, Kurtzy in, Sarah in. Will McQueen also be in? Yes, he will. Will Reaper stay out? And yes, he does. Reaper takes the provisional lead of the race at the moment. In P1 he puts his Red Bull. Rest of the field all pitting except for Top Gotcha. Top Gotcha staying out as well. And we will have, with a little bit of luck, no we won't, have a Red Bull 1-2 because Gaza and Whoopi are still a little bit ahead. But Red Bull 1-4 at the moment by them both staying out. The whole rest of the field has made a pit stop, I think. Let's quickly check that. Stops. The whole rest of the field has made a pit stop except for Mario, Reaper and Top Gotcha. Gotcha will have to pit soon anyway, so he might as well go on there at the moment. Let's look at the tires. Gotcha on mediums. Rest of them all on hards. Aaron is also into the pit lane. Mario also on the mediums. The only one with a good reason to stay out at the moment is Reaper. Whoopi went onto the medium, so he will have to pit again. Unless he pulls off an absolute tire saving God mode strategy. And same goes for Ken, Hof, Vettel and Aaron. So now we just wait for the safety car to get back in. We will be waiting for Aaron to line up again, I think. So let's go on to Reaper. Reaper currently not in the safety car, which is a shame because he usually is. But now he's not. So who will we place in the safety car? Let's just put my mum in the safety car. My mother is the safety car driver for tonight. She's traveled all the way to Canada. And yeah, we're good. with her leading the pack at the moment. Vettel and Hoff will be caught up this lap, but will stay out for one more lap at least to make Aaron catch up, who still has 23 seconds to go. Safety car in this lap, so we will be back. On to the racing lap. Sorry, apologies for the big silence at the moment, but I'm just watching the football a little bit. But we will be good again. Reaper goes very early before even the final corner, and that has caught Magessa massively. A 1 second gap, although Whoopi behind is trying to send it but doesn't, plays it smart. And yeah, Reaper with an amazing safety car restart. Whoopi and Gaza also side by side, and Whoopi is passed on the fresher mediums, and he now has to pull away by a lot. Gotcha has really messed up the strategy for Courtesy, Air and Syrah. And the more he keeps them two behind, the more their chances start to vanish for a win this afternoon. He has plenty of ERS to do so. Vettel has made his way past Can. So has Aaron. Strider makes his way past Mario as well into the hairpin. Jon Snow right on the back, well, right alongside Runner, right past Runner. Up into P10 at the moment. And does Curcio make a move into turn 1? Yes, she does. Down the inside she goes. And back up to P4. Whoopi has already made quick work of Reaper. And is now in the lead of the Grand Prix. Syrah has also made quick work of Top Gotcha. And Jon Snow already passed Mario as well. Whoopi and Reaper both very wobbly on the corner exit there. Good share, also with a 3-second penalty. Basically everyone has at this point. Ooh, big late move from Reaper, very late on the brakes, and that will give Syrah an advantage. not Sera. Gaza. Vettel passed Andrews. Vettel making a move on the runner as well. This is very close to him. And does make a move on him now. Runner, I don't think there's any much. Oh, Whoopi had a spin. Whoopi in the wall. He looked very wobbly on corner exit right there the previous lap. And now he is in the wall. Vettel with another penalty. And Whoopi is down to last. And now it's all back open to play for once again. Reaper back in the lead, Gaza in P2, Courtesy Air in P3 and Sera in P4. Now when does Gaza make the move? Gaza is using all of his ERS, dumping it all. Also using that DRS and still isn't really closing up a whole lot, but he is side by side. And through the final corner, Gaza gets the better line and the lead of the Grand Prix. Sera with a penalty. Courtesy Air has made his way past Reaper as well. Excuse me, her way past Reaper as well. And Sera has had a wobble somewhere, probably where he got his penalty, because he is now 2 seconds back. And the battle for the lead will commence between the rookie in the Williams and the veteran in the Alpha Tauri, with a whole lot less ERS, but not a penalty. We might see this race be decided by the penalties. Speaking of, let's have a look who is leading the penalty championship at the moment, which will be Sera, Jon Snow, Vettel, Mario and Andrews. They're all in P1 at the moment, sharing that P1 for the grand prize of a kiss from Hilly. And the rest of them with penalties, all with just the one. Jon Snow has made his way past McQueen. Reaper now up to 6 as well. And Courtesy Air sends it down the inside, or around the outside I mean, and is passed for the lead of the race. Wow, look at the gain she has made on Gaza already. 6 tenths, but now the DRS comes here once again. Gaza not that quick on the straights actually, and with a few good lines, Courtesy could really pull out of that 1 second window. Won't be this lap though. Sera has caught back up to Reaper. Reaper, who doesn't have any DRS to help him stay ahead. And not any ERS as well. Sera can just play it safe and go for the move on the straight. As Man United are about to kick off again as well, Whoopi. So it'd probably be rather be watching them than racing at the moment, because they are losing. Actually, nah, never mind. Forget what I said. Vettel is already up into P8 as well, and is chasing Ghost Rider on his fresh mediums. Ghost Rider with a wobbly exit. Vettel also with a wobbly exit right there. Maybe a little look down the inside here. If Ghost Rider overshoots it, which he does. But gets a better exit at the moment, as Courtier has broken DRS, and Vettel with an amazing exit on those mediums is passed into P7. Will Vettel make another move on Steve? Sends it. And yes, he does. Vettel makes up 2 positions in the span of 2 straights. Though with a little bit of a wobble on exit, McQueen can go through. And Man United have just scored, by the way. It's the magician Fred with a goal. Garcia are really flying. Speaking of people who are flying, Whoopi is as well. Great fastest lap at the moment. Garcia has broken DRS by quite a little bit over Gaza. It will need to pull out another 1.5 seconds to be safe for the win. Jon Snow has arrived at the back of all of this, and he is within DRS range for the next lap of Serra. Serra, who has 50%, Jon Snow has 100, Reaper only has 20, and Serra is stuck. Reaper really doing well to hold out on those tires, as Ghost Rider and McQueen are also side by side. Ghost Rider trying to get past but doesn't manage to do so. And Ghost Rider has to settle in behind for now. Whoopi with another penalty, pushing to go through. And Aaron trying to get past Hoff, but doesn't manage to do so just yet. 2.3 seconds the gap between Courtesy and Gaza at the moment. And a nice little battle for the podium. In front as well, Serra and Jon Snow in provisional P3 and 4. But the Reaper is still there and he's still going. He hasn't made the pit stop just yet. And there goes Serra, sends it down the inside. Reaper pits and Serra is through. And so is Jon Snow. Reaper with the fresh mediums, he will now be the fastest man on track, as Man United almost just scored again. Jon Snow wants his redemption drive. Will he do the spin then a win? He might do. Yellow flag, sector 1, and it's Hoff with another unfortunate spin for him as well. Jon Snow not here, surely not. Yes, he does. Jon Snow is passed at the most unconventional corner ever, but has a moment again, and that puts Serra in the wall. And Jon, being a great sportsman, waits for Serra. It's a great sportsmanship, Jon. I can really appreciate that. Drops down together with Serra, but Serra still will not be happy with that. Both their chances of that win basically gone at the moment. Jon has dropped back down to behind Hoff, and Courtesy has that 2.3 second gap she needs. Well, it needs a little bit more than that, but needs about 5 more tenths to be in a position to win this race. Don't count out Vettel. He had his spin and he might do his version of the spin to the win at the moment. Closest battle on track at the moment is right here between McQueen and Ghost Rider. And Ghost Rider and McQueen actually both have a chance of that final podium spot because Vettel has a 6-second time penalty and they're both in that window at the moment. Plus Vettel has to pit again. So this battle is for that final podium position. As Reaper's made his way past Top Gotcha on those 19 lap fresher mediums. Mediums can apparently go 20 laps. Whoopi also close to making a move. Another penalty for him. But he is up into P13. Ghost Rider has broken the DRS to McQueen. Now closest battle on track is between these two lads. Top Gotcha and Aaron. And Aaron actually tries to go around the outsider, gets a better exit, has more ERS than Top Gotcha as well, but waits for the big straight. Surprised we haven't seen any moves into the hairpin just yet, but we might. Now let's be with Aaron as Mario gets another penalty. Aaron still can't find his way past that very worn out Red Bull. And Vettel doing everything he needs to pull the gap. Serra with a penalty. Behind these guys. He's right there. And Serra will be flying past, I'd assume, because he had a lot more ERS than the last time I checked, which he still does. Maybe we will finally see that move into the hairpin. I'm pretty sure we will. Serra puts it round the inside and almost make that move stick, but Aaron gets the better exit and Serra will now have to try again into the hairpins. Coming up, Reaper made his way past. Runner, look at Serra. Serra has so much overspeed. I don't believe it. 3 wide into the final corner and it's Serra who makes a double overtake. Wow, what a move. Serra up into P8. And now can chase back up to Runner. The always consistent Runner. Ghost Rider, by the way, in P4 after starting last. And has to basically finish ahead of Gaza to still keep his championship lead. As we've had Whoopi with another spin, and his race has just gone down the drain since his first incident. Ghost Rider and Vettel on or Ghost Rider McQueen are outside of Vettel's penalty window, and so is Gaza. He is outside of Courtier. Her not pit penalty window as well. 23 laps for Top Gotcha on those mediums. So Vettel can still go another 7 laps on those tires. That will put him almost to the end. But surely Top Gotcha's tires are almost dead. And McQueen is back outside of ERS. Aaron is still in it and is still behind Top Gotcha. He just can't find a way through. Whereas Sira has already pulled 2.2 seconds out of that battle between these two drivers. Apologies for that. Andrews is caught up to the back of these guys as well. Ooh, bit wide there from Tom Gotcha, but gets in the better exit. And Andrews and Jon Snow are just about there as well. Who'll be ahead into turn 1? At the moment it's looking like it will be Top Gotcha. Jon with another penalty. And no one out of this train making a move. "25 laps and counting. Top Gotcha hasn't made a pit stop yet. I've actually just realized that how insane that is. Because he's doing what hards should be doing on the mediums. Vettel with another penalty, and this puts Ghost Rider right back into the battle for the podium. Although it's only 6 tenths in it. Yellow flag, and it's Whoopi. Whoopi once again with an incident. Might see a virtual safety car or maybe even a full safety car because he's still standing still. Let's quickly switch to there as he's going back now, and Aaron has finally got ahead of Top Gotcha because he has finally pulled into the pit lane. Jon Snow passed Andrews, Top Gotcha onto the softs for the final 8 laps of the race. Ooh, for Whoopi, to bring you a little bit of joy, a Man U player has just absolutely annihilated Frankie de Jong. Shot a ball into his stomach while he was laying on the ground, and now there's a big fight. No one in DRS. Oh, there is someone in DRS range, and it's McQueen. But he has been like that for the past 12 laps. Yellow flag, sector 2 once again. And again it's Whoopi. The mighty fall of the mighty Whoopi, who looked to have a big shot of winning tonight's race. He is now closer to getting lapped than he is to a position ahead, as Vettel has actually caught up to Gaza. Vettel has about 9876, 5% ERS, but sends it down the inside anyway. Bit of contact made, and Vettel is behind for now on way older mediums. Still somehow he has more pace than Gaza. This only helps Courtesy higher because she might be in range to allow herself a second penalty. And yeah, that is a massive drop of pressure, if that's possible. Ooh, Vettel sends it down the inside, and this time he's through. Vettel has made his way up into P2. But he does have a big amount of penalties, so he'll probably drop back down to P3, but you never know. Anything can happen. Penalty free, the only guys who are so far are Gaza, Ghost Rider, McQueen, and Aaron. The rest of them all have penalties. And we are now at the point where Courtsier, who hasn't really gotten any screen time since she's been pulling away, but she is now in the position to allow herself another 3-second penalty if she really needs it, and is still pulling away. She's been absolutely dominant since she got into clean air. Now catching up to Whoopi in front as well. And this on debut for ARC. It's a great drive. Reaper up into P5. We are on point with the rhymes. And Sierra put in even more crimes and gets a penalty. Whoopi is passed into P15. And again, big wobble. His setup really doesn't seem stable. Jon Snow into the pit lane. His heart's too worn. Reaper with another penalty. Speaking of that, let's quickly check the penalties. Leading at the moment, Mario with 24 seconds. So he'll be getting that kiss from Hilly. Whoopi, if the damage gets too much, you are allowed to just retire in the pit lane. And yeah, there goes another penalty. And there's a safety car. Safety car is out, and all of a sudden this race has swung into Gaza's favor. Vettel and Gaza both in. Courtesy just missed the pit entry. And Courtesy will be losing out so much at the moment. Gaza and Vettel both on the softs at the moment. Gaza will actually come out behind Reaper, so that's a help for Courtesy, but this will cost her so much time. Even if she does pit, they will just be caught up before she enters the pit lane. Safety car has brought very late drama. It all seemed to be so well, she had so much pace. But the dream win on debut gets ruined. Does she pit? Does she stay out? At this point, she must stay out. That's her only chance of winning. And she has to hope she can stay within 6 seconds of Vettel, and has to hope that Gaza gets held up 3 seconds by Reaper, or that Gaza gets a penalty. Just to make it a bit interesting, or a bit less interesting, we'll just see actually. Let's quickly check. Gaza is on 1 warning. So we need 2 more from him to get a penalty. So he is safe, he can afford 1 more. This is gonna be spicy. Safety car will probably be in this lap. Substitutes for Sancho and Wan-Bissaka. We have Garnacho and Dallo coming in. There we go, safety car is in this lap. Now, Courtier needs to have all the composure in the world, all the luck in the world. She go as late as possible. She has a bit of luck because there is a lap car in between her and Vettel. So Vettel can't make that move into turn 1. Two racing laps to go after this one. Courtier goes in the middle of the corner. And that has caught out Vettel. And there we go. Gaza has already passed Reaper. But it is 2.2 seconds behind. 2.6. And Carnage behind. Big collisions. Gaza is now more than 3 seconds behind. And all Courtier has to do is to get within 6 seconds. Although Gaza has clean air in front. 1.6 seconds is all he needs to get that victory. Vettel goes past. Courtier shouldn't battle this too much. And just lean on the pace of Vettel. .1 second is the gap. Courtier goes around the outside of Vettel. And contact made! Absolute late drama. Gaza is through for the lead. Courtier and Vettel still stuck. Reaper and Jon Snow now there. But it will be a podium at least for McQueen. McQueen gets led past by John. There goes Serra. Serra is right there as well. But it won't be a podium for him either. And it might be Gaza, McQueen and Ghost Rider on that podium. Serra is right there around the outside. But they have such big penalties. And Ghost Rider is within that gap as well. McQueen don't need to battle this. You just need to keep Ghost Rider behind. For P2. What a dramatic end to this race. Still overtakes being done. Courtier has put herself back up into P10. Will probably be a bit higher than that due to penalties. Big dive from Vettel. Put his way past Serra. McQueen really has to keep ahead of Ghost Rider. This will be a move for P2. Ghost Rider is through. It will be Gaza who takes victory in Canada. Reaper crosses the line in P2. John in P3. But it will be Ghost Rider in P3. McQueen P3. Top Gotcha P4. Renner in P5. Reaper P6. Andrews P7. Erin has retired on the final corner. Courtier has had an incident as well because she's way more down than she was. It's Serra P8, Vettel P9, Jon Snow P10, Courtier P11. And I couldn't see the rest, but what an amazing ending to this race. And I wouldn't know who to give Driver of the Day to. Game gives it to Ghost Rider, but I don't really want to give it to him. because he did start from the back and we didn't really see him most of the race. Sorry, Ghost Rider. So we'll see in the title screen. But here comes your deserved winner. My personal favorite teammate I've ever had. It's Gaza, who takes P1 in Canada. The champagne is being sprayed. But we will skip to go to the race rundown to finish that really quickly. There we go. Look at all those penalties. Penalty champion ends up Mario. So Hilly, you know what to do. Mario ends up in P12, Whoopi P13, Heron P14, Hof P15, and Can in P16. I am going to give driver of today to I'll leave it up to a poll in the tier 2 chat. So that's undecided just yet. Let's quickly scroll through the race directors for incidents, which will be stacked as I will. Thank you all for tuning in, watching and subscribing once again. And as usual, we will be back this Saturday for tier 1, the main tier. Round this track, whoopee, Man United have just scored. So that's good for you, they're now leading. Next week we will also be back for tier 2 and the realistic tier, which will be around, if I remember correctly, Austria. It is indeed, which is our final sprint weekend of this season. I've been Royal Brian. Thank you all and goodbye. When will I learn to have this ready to end the live stream? Probably never, but I'm actually ending it now. Bye.